So, mounting block plus two other blocks between the seat block and the hover.
So, if you have this is horrible, because you'll lose both hovers at the same time.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you're pretty sure that your hover will be connected to the outside, so this hover goes away, the blocks next to it go away, this block, and then the E-plate, the connection would have been gone. Heck, maybe even the block next to it. But if you're confident that the other hover will still be connected to the outside of the bot, you don't need to worry as much about it.
I see, so you're connecting then the hover both to the seat and to the shell.
Yeah, that's the idea with this whole technique. It's a lot easier, by the way, with the side connection points. Because you just don't have to worry about nearly as much. So the side connection points, they're just really easy to work with.
What if you had two paths to different seat connection points instead?
Well, the big thing for me is the mounting block of the hover going away. That would probably work, yeah. So this is standard and golden and easy, what I have on these two. Mostly because I don't have to share a connection point. That's the big key with those. So I love doing this on the inside of my bot. It's super simple. It's these back ones I'm having trouble figuring out. I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to. One way to deal with this, trying to get more, space, is to use height. So I've been doing everything in a plane so far. But what I can do is just go up a level, and that makes it a lot easier.
Will that still balance okay if they're not in a straight plane?
Oh, I don't mean putting the hovers out of plane. I meant the blocks they're mounted to.
Oh, I see, your connectors. I see.
And now it's a lot easier. Now I know for sure what I want to happen will happen. I didn't want to make the bot too much wider.
Right.
Because that's the only other way I could buy more space in the plane. So here's what it would look like if I went wider. And that might be enough. Let me see. Alright, suppose the hover gets hit. Perfect. So I'll just make it wider for now. I suppose with the Mega SMGs on the side, it's perfectly fine to have the bot be a little wide. Alright, so this is the layout I'm going out with these 4 hovers. The front hover. Go ahead.
Those rears, when you push those rear hovers wider, that's going to make your bot really wide once you put the MSMGs on.
Well, I'm going to give you a little hint. I'm not actually even going to armor on this side. So like you'd expect there to be a piece of armor here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to put that there.
No, I'm just talking about the build, the turret rotation arc for the MSMGs. If you're still going side-mounted, that's going to give you a really wide bot.
This is about how wide it'll be.
Yeah, so now you're a floating pancake.
Your point?
Plasma bombers will love you.
Ha! So, if I wanted to have... Here, hold on. If I want to have these two T10 guns next to each other on the top, then I can only make the bot less wide by 1 block and still allow that with the hitbox of the Mega SMG.
Fair enough.
So I'm actually only making it 1 block wider than I would have, or 2 blocks, because 1 on either side. Wider than it would be otherwise. Okay. The big weakness of this build is going to be the fact that I don't have much armor on this side of these back hovers. But we'll get there. In fact, that's the important weakness to me. So I actually might make it narrow and do what I did before with the depth. I think that's a better compromise.
So remind me, the shield connection, the shield mounting is inboard or outboard of the hover mounting?
The shield needs to be closer to the shell than the interior.
Okay, so outboard.
Yeah, I just didn't know what you were saying lingo-wise.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, now what I'm doing right there, see this red prism that is in the middle of the bot for no reason? I like to have my damage, if I get, say, plasmid from the top, propagate down to the bottom shell of the bot, or if I get plasmid from the bottom, propagate up to the top shell of the bot to a degree, because it keeps it more localized. It's an idea. Anyway, that's the reason why I have that lone red block there. Later it will be used as a column to channel damage down. Okay, so right now, what happens if this hover gets hit? The hover gets hit. Everything works as intended. and we're all happy. Maybe.
User joined your
Hey, guys.
channel.
Hello?
Yeah, it's really nice to have lots of computers in your room during winter.
I couldn't hear you, sir.
No, it's very nice that you have lots of computers on during winter.
I'm afraid my very American Southern ears are just not doing a good job parsing the accent. I apologize. If you care for me to know, would you type? Okay. So I've done this hover layout, and I like it, and that's what I'm going to go with for now. This front hover, I'm not too concerned with how to connect it. I could probably connect it to the seat a little bit. Oh yeah, I know it is nice to have winter. My computer is a lot better off. Anyway, so I have 5 hovers so far. That may be enough. It might not be.
I have 3 hovers for my hovers.
That is really, really not much.
I know, but they're the last things to get shut off.
I don't think I'll be able to build in a way that maintains top speed with only 3.
No, it's not fast though. I mean, in hovers very low, but still.
Gotcha. Well, for this one, if I was going to add another hover, I'd probably just add it to the chassis anyway.
But on a Megabot, it's quite different. I have a very, very heavy Megabot, and he has 3 hovers, and it's very fast as well.
Gotcha. By the way, not that I'm not trying to be mean, but I am intending to stream me building a bot. So, to a degree,
okay.
I don't care what you have to say, but as politely as possible.
Alright. I do have P10 bots that only have like 3 hovers only. You can choose some if you want. So it depends on the kind of hover you're building. Are you building a tanky one or a fast one?
I'm building a Mega SMG, 2 Mega SMGs rather, and then 5 SMGs, but right now I'm doing the hover placement. So right now I have a core that I'm happy with. I'm going to do more damage propagation stuff with this connection at later. But for now, this is what it looks like. I could, if I really cared, for example, put an E-plate right on top. That might be good. I don't know.
So is the very frontal hover not E-plated?
I wasn't going to make it
Oh,
E-plated.
there.
I could. I'm giving an example of what I could do.
You can put an MK10.1 lateral pad on one of the collection points of the Mega SMG.
Oh, I'm going to do that, trust me.
Why would you not E-plate the front hover?